Welcome to the Spiritual Hour with Mad Mix. It's sweltering hot in Seattle. Back-to-back 100-degree days. Right now in the house it's 98 degrees and there's no air conditioning. Sweating like a pig. So tomorrow is going to be 109 degrees, so we'll see how we can handle that. So to celebrate the heat, I want to make the Pegu Club cocktail. So the Pegu Club, it's an old relic from the British Empire in Burma, today's Myanmar. So Pegu is a town, there's a mountain range, there's a river. And Pegu Club for the British Empire back in the late 1800s was the place to go for like army officers. It was whites only, no local people allowed, which I don't like that, but that's what it was. And there was a house cocktail there called the Pegu Club cocktail. And it featured gin as the main drink. And as you know, the British drank gin with tonic water for quinine, but this one was a cocktail that was based on gin also. It ended up in the Savoy Cocktail book by Harry Craddock in 1930. And the Pegu Club kind of went over to the Japanese during the World War II when they took over Burma. And for a couple of years it ended up being, you know, geisha girls and a brothel and things like that. And when the British came back after the war was won, the club was not the same, but the cocktail remained. And then there's a Pegu Club that Audrey Saunders set up in New York in 2005, and she revived the whole scene. So let's make the Pegu Club cocktail, not the club. So we'll start with 2 ounces of gin, and it's a pretty, I would say, spirit-forward cocktail if I find my jigger. So 2 ounces of, I'm using a London Dry, Bombay Sapphire, talking about the British Empire, and then Cointreau, so any Curaçao or triple sec. You could use dry Curaçao too, but I'm just going with what I have, which is a bottle of Cointreau. So what do we do? 3/4 ounce of the sweetener, so to speak. So there we go. So this brings in a little bit of sweet orange flavor to the drink. And then there is, because it's summer, and that's why I'm making this in the 100-degree weather, is lime juice. So you could do equal parts, the same as the Curaçao or the Cointreau, but I'm gonna tone it down a little bit to maybe ½ an ounce and see what happens. So here's the ½ ounce. And then a dash of Angostura to kind of add a little spice to it, just 1 dash, and then a dash of orange bitters too, to bring out a little bit of the floral side. And then I need a bunch of ice, and I couldn't bring ice out here because it would have melted by now, so I'm gonna go grab the ice. Okay, so here's a ton of ice. So let's shake this thing up. And some people do stir this, although there's lime juice in it, so stirring won't really do the trick. So you do have to shake this one up till it kind of freezes your hand. It's nice and chilled. Let's get a nice cocktail glass from the fridge. There's a chilled coupe. And because there is a lime pulp probably in there, I'm going to double strain it. So let's just double strain. There's a nice citrusy cocktail. A Pegu Club cocktail. I'm going to give it a sip. Some people do garnish with a lime wedge or a lime wheel or a lime twist, but I think there's already enough lime in there. Cheers to the Pegu Club.
Cheers.
Refreshing, refreshing. It could be 70 degrees and sunny, it would be nice. Cheers to the Pegu Club.
Cheers again.